This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Stephanie Webb filling in for Scott Dennis. Thanks for joining us this noon. A plaque remembering a 20-year-old woman who died in a tragic car crash earlier this year has been stolen from the crash site, and her family is outraged. Our Marla Spencer joins us live from the site on University Parkway and Lockwood Ridge Road in Sarasota, where pictures were found laying on the ground. Is that right, Marla?
That's right, Stephanie. The mother of Katarina Huffman is furious, finding out her daughter's plaque was removed, and her family is now offering a reward to anyone who might know who would have taken that plaque, as well as leaving her photos lying on the ground. Now, this is what Lorraine Dickinson says is left of her daughter's memorial. She tells ABC 7 she and her family went to the site on Christmas Day for a candlelight vigil in honor of Katarina. That's when the family noticed the memorial plaque wasn't there. It was the family's first Christmas they spent together without Katarina. Now, the plaque was mounted in front of a tree since November, and it took them 2 months to build the memorial.
The hammer and just pulled the plaque right out of the ground. This would have had to take the time to take this down. They would have had to park across the street. They would have had to have an electric screwdriver, a hammer. This wouldn't have taken a 5-minute thing.
Dickinson says that she doesn't believe Sarasota County would have taken the sign down because it wasn't impeding traffic, and there are also other memorials placed in this area. Now, Katarina's family is talking to Florida Highway Patrol as well as the family's attorney to find out what's the next steps in finding out who exactly did this. As far as the reward money, the family has not determined how much it will be. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thanks, Marla. We'll keep you updated on the story. Huffman, of course, died back in February when the Ford Mustang she was driving crossed the median into oncoming traffic at University Parkway and Lockwood Ridge Road. She was a beauty pageant winner, an acting mermaid, and had just graduated from school as an emergency medical technician. Well, back here on the Suncoast, the new year means new budget cuts. The city and county commissions in Sarasota have the task of finding enough money to cut from numerous budgets to make up for an anticipated deficit in the next fiscal year. Some of the departments receiving cuts include support services, SCAT buses, libraries, lifeguards, and emergency management services, just to name a few. Cuts like these haven't been this deep since the recession. Well, if you're a boater hoping the new floating dock next to the historic Bridge Street Pier will be finished soon, good news, there is a date. The Bradenton police chief believes the first parts will come in January, and they should be installed within the first 3 months of the new year. Irma, of course, is the reason behind the delayed installation. The old dock was heavily damaged by Tropical Storm Emily back in July and then was removed in August. For the latest on this story, your complete up-to-the-minute weather, plus more Suncoast news and the latest breaking news, check out our new updated version of the app. To find it, just head over to the App Store, search for WWSB or My Suncoast. And it's a beautiful day out there. Got a little chilly start to the weather. Meteorologist Josh Jonas here with a look at the week ahead as well as today.
Yeah, it was a little chilly, but right where we should be. Yeah. 54, I believe, was the low, the official low for this morning. I went with 53 yesterday, but oh well, 1 degree off. And our average for this time of year for low is 52. Anyway, what can you do? But 75 degrees right now. We are looking at mostly cloudy skies. That's a little, that's an anomaly here in our graphic system because basically, we are going to have mostly sunny skies throughout the afternoon, maybe just a few mid-level clouds streaming on by, but for the most part, we will have mostly sunny skies today. It's a very comfortable forecast for this afternoon, mid-70s, some areas in the upper 70s right now. We're going to have no rain because of dry air that's capping out the atmosphere. And as far as the rest of the afternoon and into the early evening hours, we cool down, but we're going to be in a little bit of a warming trend until we get into New Year's Eve into New Year's Day, and I'll talk more about that when I return with the 7-day outlook.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Josh. Well, plenty of snow and single-digit temperatures. It was a white Christmas just about every place other than here in Florida. ABC's Serena Marshall has the winter weather roundup.
For the first time in nearly a decade, Seattle blanketed in white for Christmas.
It's cold. Cold is cold.
The Arctic blast turning a white Christmas into a white-out Christmas for residents in upstate New York. And in Erie, Pennsylvania, shattering records with more than 50 inches of snow in 30 hours, the greatest two-day total in the state's history. In Michigan, visibility so poor, authorities warning drivers to stay home. The winter weather bringing down power lines and trees in New York. And in Boston,
JetBlue 50 Boston Tower, are you okay?
Everything's fine. We just skidded on the ice.
this JetBlue flight hitting a patch of ice, spinning and skidding off the runway.
Once I realized we were going off the runway, I was like, uh-oh.
The same airport seeing more than 300 delays and 64 cancellations, and the polar air blanketing the eastern U.S. continuing into Wednesday, with wind chills below zero in Chicago and near zero in Boston. 18 states from New York to Montana facing dangerous wind chill. And while here in D.C. it's expected to drop into the teens, from the northern plains to the western Great Lakes, that wind chill could get so low and so dangerous, the National Weather Service is warning you could get frostbite in less than 10 minutes. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
A passenger tried to bring a loaded gun on a carry-on bag at the Orlando International Airport, causing all kinds of issues and backups at checkpoints in the middle of the Christmas holiday rush. The TSA found the gun this morning as the person attempted to go through security. That person has been detained. Police are still searching for the mother of a newborn baby found abandoned on Saturday. Some travelers discovered the infant on a concrete floor in the women's restroom at a rest stop just off I-75 south of Ocala. Officials say the baby is being cared for at a hospital but haven't given out any more information. Now, Florida does have the safe haven law that allows a safe place for parents to leave newborn babies less than 1 week old at any hospital or with a firefighter at any fire station across the state. Now, if you know anything about this abandoned baby, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. Still to come on your Suncoast News, a chilly start to the day. We're going to have your first alert forecast with meteorologist Josh Stone. Plus, we are hitting the peak of flu season. What you can do to stay a little healthier. That's all straight ahead.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Back, everyone. Well, you can hear my voice, but you just can't see me. Unfortunately, we have some technical difficulties here. but we'll get through it. We'll just narrate this for you, and all you have to do is look at the graphics, and that tells the story. Right now, it is 75 in Sarasota, 75 in Venice. You go a little bit further east, 78 in Northport, 78 in Arcadia. Pick wherever you want to go along the Suncoast. It's absolutely a beautiful day, the day after Christmas on this Tuesday afternoon. Looking at the radar, nothing to show you here. We had a cold front that came by on Christmas Day that's now south of us and has stalled out. You can see a little bit of shower activity down by the Keys, just south of Miami, but really everything else is very quiet. So what can we expect for today? Maybe a few passing clouds, but all in all, we have mostly sunny skies in our forecast today and tomorrow as well. Now, there is a slight chance of rain coming our way on Thursday and Friday. Very slight, though. I think possibly more rain will be north of the Tampa Bay area, but it's a little system, a little cool front coming our way, and may not have enough punch to bring us widespread showers. But what's looking interesting on our models is something that could be coming on New Year's night and New Year's Day, and possibly this could trigger some thunderstorms, and one or two of them could be on the strong side. So we're going to have to watch this pretty closely over the next few days to see what these models come up with. So you'll want to tune into meteorologist Steve Newman and, of course, meteorologist John Scalzi in the morning. They'll give you the updates as these models update throughout the next several days. Looking at the water vapor imagery, well, dry air shows up in tan, and there's plenty of that above the state of Florida. So nothing to show you here. High pressure is in control, bringing a north-northeasterly wind around it, and that's bringing mild temperatures to us. Mid to upper 70s in our forecast for today. Basically, we're achieving our highs right now, and then by the rest of the afternoon, we'll slightly cool. What's going on the big picture? We have some lake effect snow in western Michigan, thanks to an area of low pressure and the northwesterly winds spinning around it. That's bringing the snowfall into Michigan. But boy, it is chilly up north, no doubt about that. I've got a cousin, Joel and Lori are down here visiting from Chicago. I think they escaped the cold because tonight's wind chill in Chicago is going to be minus 20. Ouch. So I think we can handle the temperatures in the upper 50s and lower 60s for lows down here with no wind chill in Sarasota. Easterly, northeasterly winds at 10 knots for the boaters, seas 2 feet, light conditions in the bays. 74 degrees would be the temperature at the beach today. Expect mostly sunny, maybe a few clouds passing by for this afternoon. High tide at 6:39 p.m., low tide at 2:07 early tomorrow morning. There's your high, 1 degree above the current temperature right now. And as far as the 7-day outlook, slight chance of rain, as we talked about, on Thursday and Friday. Little break on Saturday, and then come New Year's Eve and into New Year's Day, that's when we have to watch another cold front that has a little more punch to it that could potentially bring some stronger storms. But behind that cold front, we'll have some cooler air coming into the area. Back to you, Stephanie.
All right, thanks, Josh. In this hour's Health Smart, the growing flu danger. The CDC warning of widespread influenza-like activity in 23 states. Doctors saying we now may be approaching the peak of flu season. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has more on those most infected states.
You take your arm out.
The flu spreading fast and hitting hard. Now experts say it's going to get worse.
I went to the doctor and got tested and said I felt like I had a sinus infection.
It turns out Vince Balea does have the flu. So does his son. Now they're spending Christmas quarantined away from the rest of their family.
It's sad that I won't be with the family today. It's the best thing for everybody.
The CDC telling the Washington Post there's a 30% chance the flu peaks next week. 10 states already reporting high flu activity, chiefly from one powerful strain of an alarmingly contagious illness.
The influenza virus can exist in the air 3 to 6 feet from a person who is infected, and that does not have to be spread by just coughing or sneezing. That can be spread by talking or breathing.
And it's not just the very young, old, and people with weakened immune systems who are at risk. 20-year-old Alani Marietta was killed by complications from the flu last month.
Never in a million years would we have thought that we would have lost her that day like this.
She did not get a flu shot, neither did Blea and his son. And though the vaccine is only about 10% effective this year, doctors say you should still get it because it can keep your symptoms more mild. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Santa Monica, California.
According to the New York Times, a new study indicates that sitting for long periods of time on a regular basis may be bad for your heart. It found that the more people sit, the more likely they are to display signs of injury to their cardiac muscles. The study focused on proteins called troponins, which are released in large amounts during a heart attack. Now, according to the study, those who spent 10 hours or more per day sitting were more likely to have above average levels of the troponin. Now, if you're stuck in a mental rut, a quick 10-minute burst of energy and exercise may be all you need. Researchers at Western University in Canada recruited a group of healthy young adults to do one of two activities. Either sit down and read a magazine for 10 minutes or pedal on an exercise bike. Well, those who took the bike showed an immediate spike in their productivity. The researchers hope that in addition to being useful for students and workers, the results may also benefit less mobile people like the elderly who may be battling dementia. Now, those same researchers are working to find out just how long those quick bursts of exercise can keep you the most productive. All right, speaking of being productive, it is time now to head over to the kitchen where Chef Eddie is joining us from Apollonia Grill. Good morning, Chef. What is on the menu today?
Good morning. So today we'll be doing black mussels with ouzo liqueur.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.
So imagine this, you've grown up with your best friend only to find out years later he's actually your biological brother. Well, this happened to 2 men in Hawaii, and Alyssa Aravalo has their incredible story.
Alan Robinson and Walter McFarland have been the best of friends for 60 years.
Well, we love to play cribbage. We've been playing cribbage all our lives, and I beat him the last time we played.
The two were born and raised in Hawaii, and they played football at Punahou. When did you guys first meet?
High school? No, back in 6th grade. 6th grade?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When we went there, he was the partier. I never went to did any partying in high school.
They also shared a special bond throughout their friendship. Walter never knew his father, and Alan was adopted.
And I had a younger brother that I lost when he was 19. So I never had nieces or nephews, and I thought, I'll never know my birth mother. I'll never know I'll never have any nieces or nephews.
With the help of his family, Walter searched for answers for years through the internet and social media with no luck. So they turned to family DNA matching websites.
So then we started digging into all the matches he started getting.
At the top of the list of DNA matches was the username Robbie737. The results showed Walter and Robbie737 had several matches in their DNA, including identical X chromosomes. Remember Alan? His last name is Robinson.
And as a nickname, everybody called him Robbie. And he flew 737s for Aloha Airlines. He was a pilot.
It turns out Alan had also used Ancestry.com to find answers about his family. After a few phone calls back and forth, the men learned they shared the same birth mother.
It was a shock.
Yeah, it was a shock. Yeah, definitely a shock. But then when he thought about it, compared forearms and everything.
Hairy arms, that did it.
The two revealed the discovery to friends and family Saturday night.
Without further ado, my brother.
It was an overwhelming experience, and it's still overwhelming. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get rid of this feeling.
Now that the initial shock has set in, Walter and Alan say they have plans to travel and enjoy retirement together.
All right, a Merry Christmas to them indeed. What an amazing story. That was Alyssa Arevalo reporting. Time now to head over to the kitchen again and check in with Chef Eddie from Apollonia Grill in Sarasota. He's joined by Josh.
All right, Eddie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Josh.
And I see we have mussels. The only thing I know about mussels is I try to flex them, but it doesn't really work. But anyway, so what do we got here?
So we're gonna do some mussels, and instead of doing like your classic traditional recipe with white wine, lemon, we're gonna changed up the sauce a little bit. So I got some olive oil in here, I got some onions, and
now any special type of olive oil, or does it matter?
It doesn't really matter too much on this dish, just because you'll be using it for cooking. I would say just an average olive oil, because it's not, you're not eating it raw, so you don't want it like that really nice flavor of the olive oil.
So you put onions, and what's the other thing you put in?
Garlic.
Garlic, okay.
So we're roasting some onions and garlic, and as soon as you start smelling that, I'm going to reach over here.
So that takes pretty quick once you put it in.
Yeah, about a minute or two. So, and then I'm just going to dump the mussels in here together with its own juices. And then what you want is you want to use a pan that has a cover in it, because you want to create some steam so that way the mussels open up inside. And so we'll...
And how long does that take?
I would say 3 to 4 minutes, probably even less, just depending on how hot your pan is and the quantity that you have inside that pan. So I'm going to rush this because obviously we want our viewers to see the whole steps.
Sure.
And as we're cooking that, we're just going to season it, a little bit of salt and pepper. Now we don't want to put too much salt in here because we'll be using Parmesan cheese, and Parmesan cheese is also salty as well too. And we're going to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice in here together with the mussels. And then we're doing some ouzo. Ouzo, the bottle, the liqueur.
Oh, a bottle here. Here
And
you go.
ouzo is a traditional Greek liqueur, similar to sambuca. It's anisey flavor, so it goes really brilliantly with the seafood. So
how much do you put in?
About 2 to 3 ounces. I'm going to go a little bit extra in this because we got a lot of mussels in there. Now, anytime you're working on the stovetop with liquor, step away from any open flames. Obviously here we don't have an open flame, so I'm going to try to attempt to light this up to see if it's hot enough. It's not quite yet, but if it gets hot, it will light up. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So is that for show, or is that really adding to the whole process?
No, it's not for a show, because obviously this is a hard liquor. It has 40% alcohol, so you don't want to eat all that alcohol. So you want to burn that off and get the natural flavor of the anisey in it. So trying to light that up.
Now, do you have to put the flame around the entire pan, or just...
No, it should catch on right here at the hottest part, and it'll burn itself. But,
I see.
And it needs a little bit more time for our pan to recover the heat. There it goes. That's on.
So when do you start adding the other ingredients?
So I would say about another minute or two together with the ouzo, and then we're going to start adding a little bit of heavy cream to it. It's a very quick recipe. I was actually talking to Stephanie earlier. It's like, you know, we're so busy with the holidays and cooking, and so anything to make it easier in the kitchen would be greatly appreciated. And then we're going to add a little bit of dill, fresh dill. Gives it a nice freshness to it.
I can see that cream kind of coagulates everything together.
Yeah, definitely. And you just kind of let that boil a little bit until the mussels really open up and they cook. And obviously mussels cook very, very fast.
So you have dill, and this is what, chopped?
Some chives.
Some chives,
so
okay.
It goes really nice with the seafood, gives it that freshness, the oniony smell to it. It's really, really nice.
Terrific.
It works well together. And for a little bit of color, we can add some cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, whatever you have available. And just kind of
definitely adds color to it.
Yeah, it gives it some color. It looks really nice. And then we're going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Freshly grated Parmesan cheese would be great.
Okay.
This just sort of binds and thickens the sauce a little bit and gives it a little bit of another level of flavor into it, a little bit of nuttiness from the cheese, a little bit of creaminess to it, and a little saltiness to it, so that sharpness of the Parmesan cheese.
So a few more seconds here, and this is basically our end product?
This is an end product. Just got to let it boil maybe another 2 to 3 minutes to create that sauce, and all you got to do is just really serve it and enjoy it with some grilled bread, a nice glass of wine,
and
maybe some ouzo, and
well,
there you go.
It looks fantastic, Chef Eddie. Thank you so much for coming on.
And
if you like this recipe or any others, go to our mysuncoast.com website, click on the dining tab, and you can get this recipe or others. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
The savings are bigger than ever during the Big Finish event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Why settle for less when you can shop the Suncoast's largest selection of America's favorite vehicles? Come take a drive and see why Jeep Grand Cherokee is the most awarded SUV of all time. Or for impressive off-road performance with a little bit of Suncoast style, shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
You can do something about a crime, any crime, and you can receive a reward of up to $3,000 cash. Call Crime Stoppers with information about criminal activity, unsolved crimes, drug dealers, fugitive criminals, stolen property, illegal weapons. Call 366-TIPS. You will remain anonymous. Visit SarasotaCrimeStoppers.com. Download the Crime Stoppers P3 mobile app from the Apple iTunes Store or Google Play. Call Crime Stoppers 366-TIPS. Paid for by the Attorney General's Office, Crime Stoppers Trust Fund.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good afternoon. It's 12:30 on this Tuesday afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Webb in for Scott Dennis. President Trump has outlined his goals for the new year. ABC's Kenneth Moten reports from Palm Beach.
President Trump is ready to get back to work, and we know because he's tweeting about it. This morning, the president tweeted, Democrats and Republicans will eventually come together and develop a great new health care plan. The president spent his first Christmas as president with the First Lady and other family members on his Mar-a-Lago resort. Trump is now preparing to ring in the new year with an ambitious agenda. He's got his first legislative victory in the books after signing that $1.5 trillion GOP tax bill into law before leaving Washington. Now it's on to infrastructure, building his wall on the southern border, and immigration. The president said it's possible he can work with Democrats on infrastructure to fix roads and bridges, but Democrats have signaled major pushback on the president's immigration policies. And just a reminder, the government is only funded until January 19th, after Congress passed a short-term measure before leaving for the holiday break, so we could be facing a major showdown. President Trump is anxious to get on the same page as GOP leaders. The White House says the president has invited House Speaker Paul Ryan and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to Camp David next weekend to discuss their 2018 legislative agenda. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
If you're looking for some fun activities for you and your kids and your teens to do during this winter break, look no further than Sarasota County Public Libraries. They have several free events planned throughout the next week, including movie screenings, writing workshops, and DIY activities. For a full list, you can check out our website, mysuncoast.com. Well, Siesta Key is one of the Suncoast's biggest hotspots, but the lack of parking is a big issue that county commissioners are still trying to find a solution for. So far, officials are set on a plan to begin moving forward, creating a parking lot on the Key on Midnight Pass Road. Now, that space would create almost 40 new parking spots and will cost more than $500,000. The owners of Siesta Pavilion and the Westfield Mall are offering up funds to add more parking. Another option, public transportation. Now, to operate trolleys, that would run close to $1 million. So far, other options presented, including a bike sharing program, as well as more paid parking. And a local animal shelter had one very busy Christmas. Nearly 24 puppies and kittens were delivered to families throughout the Sarasota and Manatee County areas on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. The adoptions were arranged ahead of time by the parents, and the kids and, well, some adults received the surprise via some of Santa's helpers from Nate's Honor Animal Rescue in Lakewood Ranch.
I was very excited because when my old dog passed away, I was sad and I always wanted a new dog.
I've been describing it today as magical. Everyone was so excited and it was so well received. So it was definitely, I cried a little bit in the beginning. It was a really, really good experience.
Good news, there are still some puppies that will be available for adoption soon at Nate's Honor Animal Rescue. There are also many dogs and cats that are ready to find their forever home now, including the mother dog, this one right here, to some of the puppies that were part of the Christmas surprise. A Texas family whose home was destroyed in Hurricane Harvey is sharing how they've managed to find a little joy this holiday season. The hurricane sent several feet of water inside their house, so the family was forced to move into trailers provided by FEMA. That's now where the family of 6 has to call their home, but they are making the best of it.
It's been taking some getting used to. It has been an adventure. It has been a blessing.
So far, FEMA says more than 800 families have been impacted by Harvey. They've moved into trailers or mobile homes in time for the holidays, a key component for helping Texas not only rebuild but enjoying the holiday with loved ones. Meanwhile, in Puerto Rico, tens of thousands of people still remain without power, and Christmas was no different. More than 3 months have now passed since Hurricane Maria battered the U.S. island and destroyed its electrical grid. A study conducted December 11th by a group of local engineers estimated roughly 50% of the island's 3.3 million people remain without power. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has said it likely won't be back on at least until May, and that Puerto Rico will finally be electrified. While thousands are fighting deportation orders across the country, and the holidays don't mean that immigration agents take a break from rounding people up. One family in Ohio spent Christmas in a church seeking asylum for their mother. She's unable to live outside the walls of the church for fear of being deported. She wants the government to understand how important it is for her to live on U.S. soil. The legal decision to live in the church was a way to keep her out of the hands of immigration officials who have said they won't enter a house of worship. She's lived there now for 4 months.
I don't want to be deported because I have my family here.
Now, she also wears an ankle monitor that vibrates various times during the day, telling her to call into immigration so they can keep track of her. In the meantime, she and her legal team hope that her 21-year-old son, a U.S. citizen, can petition for his mother legal residence. Well, the Mexican drug lord known as El Chapo is trying to postpone his trial. Attorneys for Joaquin Guzman are asking a federal judge to push the trial back to August or even September. They say they cannot prepare his defense by April, when the trial is scheduled to start. His lawyer is also claiming Guzman is suffering psychologically due to his confinement. El Chapo is facing a 17-count indictment in New York related to his alleged leadership of the infamous Sinaloa drug cartel. He's also known for breaking out of jail not once but twice in Mexico before his final arrest and extradition to the U.S. Guzman has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges, which carry a maximum sentence of life in prison. Well, who would have thunk it? A porta potty becoming a magical holiday sensation. True story. That is what happened in a small town in Missouri. The portable bathroom was left behind from a construction job, but instead of getting upset, the Jackson family decided to decorate it. The porta potty was dubbed the Magic Toilet and soon even had its own Facebook page, which led to another great idea, a donation site.
I think if you can work something good out of something that's maybe not so good, I think you look for the positive side of every little thing, and in the end, it's been great.
I think this is just a really unique way to do it, and it's been really hilarious.
Jackson say they've averaged about a barrel a day of donations for the past week now. And according to the family, the company who actually owns the porta potty came to pick it up a few days ago, but when they saw all the good that this family was doing with it, they agreed to let them keep it at least until after Christmas.
I want to see you transition from that story to weather.
Also now with our own magical Christmas thing is our first alert meteorologist, Josh Stone, who's in today for John Scalzi.
Outstanding.
Top that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I sometimes have a potty mouth, I guess, but I don't know.
Well done,
stretching,
Josh.
I'm stretching. I'm kidding. Anyway, nothing bad in this forecast. We have a few streaming clouds that are going across the sky, but all in all, I think we'll have mostly sunny skies today. Our current temperature is 75 degrees. We could top out maybe 1 degree higher, but it does look like we're going to have a very nice afternoon. Nothing to show you here on the radar. We had a cold front that came by yesterday. That's cleared everything out now, and now we have dry air that's above us, and that's going to help bring mostly sunny skies to our area. 74 by 3 p.m., 68 by 6 p.m. By 9 p.m., we're down into the mid to lower 60s. You may need a light jacket if you're going out for dinner tonight, but it looks like things will change as we get into the weekend. Of course, New Year's Eve is coming up, and then New Year's Day is early next week, and there could be something interesting coming our way, which will change our weather to a more colder type of forecast. We'll talk more about it when I return. Back to you, Stephanie.
All right, thanks, Josh. The largest wildfire in California history continues to burn through the south part of the state. The Thomas Fire is now 70% contained, though. That is the good news, according to fire officials in California. And they're saying it should be fully extinguished by early January. It has scorched more than 273,000 acres since December 4th. Nearly 1,600 structures have been totally destroyed and more than 1,000 are damaged. An antique store engulfed in flames was burning from yesterday morning through this morning in Washington, D.C. Firefighters entered the burning building but quickly got back out because they were concerned it would collapse. And moments later, it did, the back wall coming completely down in that case.
Units arrived on scene within 2 minutes of dispatch and identified a well-developed fire on the second floor of the structure.
Injuries were reported and the extent of the damage is still not known. And a 500-year-old Vatican mystery has finally been solved. Two paintings by Renaissance master Raphael were discovered during the cleaning and restoration of a room inside the Vatican Museum. Now, inside this room, it's known as the Hall of Constantine, and this is where popes used to hold lavish banquets. The paintings were found behind the walls in this room. They depict two female figures called Justice and Friendship, and they're believed to be the last paintings Raphael ever created before his untimely death at the early age of 37 back in the year 1520. Now crews are working to restore the once lost works of art, which will cost around $3 million and could take up to 5 years to restore. Still to come on your Suncoast News, 'tis the season for returns. We're going to tell you how to make it a little easier this season.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $279 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Welcome back, everyone, and good to see you. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone, and John Scalzi will be back tomorrow. But we're walking out to beautiful temperatures on this Tuesday afternoon, the day after Christmas. How about 75 in Sarasota and Venice, 78 for you in Northport, and further inland temperatures in the upper 70s. So looking wonderful. The average for a high this time of the year is supposed to be 72, and right now we're well above that. So our highs really should be about right now, the current temperatures as I just showed you, and then things will start to cool down just slightly. But high pressure's in control. We have drier northeasterly winds around it, and that's why our radar is very quiet. We did have a cold front that came by yesterday. That's now south of our area. It has stalled out, but it's south of Florida. And we're going to be left with just a few passing clouds, but all in all, I think mostly sunny skies for the rest of the afternoon. There's a slight rain chance coming our way on Thursday and Friday, and then by New Year's, maybe some storms, and some of these storms could be on the stronger side. We're going to have to watch this closely as this develops, but our weather team here at ABC 7 will keep you posted throughout this upcoming week. All right. What's going on here? We have water vapor imagery showing the dry air above the state of Florida, high pressure in control. We talked about that, and those easterly winds now around it, because areas of high pressure work clockwise, so we're having a very mild day as far as our forecast goes, and not too shabby at all. As far as up north, we're dealing with lake effect snow, and what's happening here is when we have colder air and the winds coming off the lake from, say, the north and northwest here, Well, the lake waters here in Lake Michigan, well, they're warmer than the air just above it, so it picks up that moisture that evaporates and then turns it into snow very quickly, and you can get these snow bands developing, and that's exactly what's happening here in western Michigan, also just to the north and east of Cleveland. So they're dealing with lake effect snow up there and very chilly temperatures. You can see where the trough is, dips down. That jet stream has buckled, allowing that very chilly air from the north to spill southward. Fortunately, though, for us, this is going to stay southward, at least for the time being, because in the extended outlook, there's another more potent system that could actually track all the way southward to maybe our area, producing some very chilly temperatures. So we'll have to watch that pretty closely as we get into early next week. The first week of 2018 might come in pretty harshly for us with that colder air. Easterly, northeasterly winds for the boaters at 10 knots, seas at 2 feet with a light chop. And looking at your extended outlook, here we go. Another day of sunshine, high tomorrow 79, slight chance of rain Thursday and Friday. And then your New Year's Eve, New Year's Day forecast, a little more rain in it and maybe some storms and cooler air. Stephanie?
All right, thanks, Josh. Well, now that Christmas season is over, it's time for return season. Stores are going to be filled today with those looking for something a little different that was left under the tree. And are there also some good deals out there to be had? ABC's Ryan Burrow tells us what the retailers are looking for.
Retail experts expecting $90 billion worth of holiday presents to head back to the stores.
We're expecting almost half of the population will be shopping.
About 10 million Americans set to return gifts from this holiday season. Everything from clothes that don't fit, duplicates, products that don't work, or gifts that may have missed the mark.
Some of the top items that people tend to return after the holidays include apparel, shoes, and electronics.
But keep in mind, stores, both brick and mortar and online, may have certain restrictions when it comes to returns.
You want to look at the time period. You want to look at the condition of the returns that you send back. And then lastly, I think you want to check to see if there's free shipping. If it's something you bought online, is it an item that you can return, no questions asked, full refunds, and free shipping.
When it comes to gift cards, those usually can't be returned. But gift card exchanges like Raise.com or GiftCardGranny.com could be an option. They won't give you full value, but a solid percentage, perhaps 70 or 80% of a card's value. And retailers don't want the return shoppers to go away empty-handed. They're continuing to offer huge discounts, some as deep as pre-Christmas deals, and many of those deals will be offered all the way through the new year. Ryan Burrow, ABC News, Chicago.
Did your child receive a cell phone as a gift this holiday season? Well, according to a new study, if he or she is between the ages of 8 and 11, having a cell phone could put them at an increased risk for cyberbullying. The study collected data from more than 4,000 3rd through 5th graders. Researchers found that those who owned a cell phone were the most likely to be bullied because of the increased opportunity to access things like social media and text messaging. Doctors warn parents against buying kids cell phones too early because of the effect on their mental health.
You have to educate your kid about social media. You have to put all the parental controls in place before you give that cell phone. You have to talk to them about, strangers and how people can say they're like 12, but they might be 30.
Doctor also says that cyberbullying can be just as damaging to a child as physical bullying. If a child becomes more isolated, spends too much time on their device, or avoids school, she says these are big warning signs that perhaps they are being exposed to cyberbullying. United Airlines is apologizing to a woman that says they gave her seat away to a congresswoman. An airline spokeswoman says the passenger canceled her December 18th flight from Houston to Washington, D.C. after a weather delay. While the passenger, a 63-year-old teacher, says the gate crew told her that her ticket wasn't in the system. The congresswoman says she didn't ask for anything exceptional or out of the ordinary in that case. The airlines apologized to the passenger and gave her a $500 travel voucher. And passengers on a JetBlue flight got quite the scare last night. The flight from Georgia briefly skidded when it landed in Boston. Authorities say no one was injured, but snow forced the airport to close its runways for a short period Monday morning, which is believed to be the cause of the near accident. There's word now that the Trump administration is proposing rolling back safety measures put in place after the 2010 Deepwater Horizon spill. The Wall Street Journal says the move would reduce the government's role in offshore drilling and return it back to the private companies. The Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement, which regulates the industry, estimates the changes could save more than $900 million over the next 10 years. Well, now that the giving season has wrapped, 'tis the season of all those returns. The National Retail Federation predicts about $90 million worth of gifts will be returned this holiday season. Still to come on your Suncoast News. We've got more information for you as well on that. Some good ways to make those returns and to save some money. Plus, the Miss America pageant organization has been plagued by scandal. So much going on right now. Now, some of the former contestants that were involved are going to be speaking out. We've got that story for you next.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
If high performance art is what you're into, look no further than Sunset Fiat of Sarasota. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. No matter what your passion is, there's a Fiat for everyone. Prices starting as low as $13,999 during the Big Finish event. Going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Well, the future of the Miss America pageant is up in the air as the organization reels from an email scandal in its upper ranks. That scandal beginning when the Huffington Post published leaked emails from its CEO, Sam Haskell, exposing crude and demeaning comments about its contestants. At least one former winner didn't find the scandal all that shocking. Carissa Cameron says she found the Miss America organization to be a toxic working environment.
After giving up my crown, I didn't go back to the Miss America pageant for 5 years just because I was so hurt by the way that I was treated.
Well, the fallout for the 96-year-old pageant has been fast and furious. Television producing partner Dick Clark Productions cut ties with the Miss America pageant, calling the emails, quote, appalling. And dozens of former winners signed a petition calling on the group's leadership to step down. CEO Sam Haskell told ABC that the emails are, quote, conveniently edited and the events are, quote, not as described. Well, we are saying goodbye to Heather Menzies-Urich. The 68-year-old played third oldest child Louisa Von Trapp in The Sound of Music. She was reportedly battling a recent diagnosis of cancer, and she passed away on Christmas Eve. Now, she was just 14 when she co-starred in The Sound of Music and went on to star or guest star on a lot of different TV shows, including Logan's Run, The Love Boat, and Vegas. She married actor Robert Urich back in 1975. Well, Star Wars legend Carrie Fisher delivered a lot more than just a strong final performance as Princess Leia in The Last Jedi. The last actress, who was also a screenwriter and best-selling author, came up with some of her own lines. Some of the best and the funniest lines in the movie were hers. Director Rian Johnson told People magazine that Fisher's creative influence was key in structuring the scenes that she was in. She also ad-libbed much of her own dialogue. Fisher, of course, died last December at the age of 60. And yesterday, George Michael's fans and family members marked the first anniversary of his death. The singer died on Christmas Day last year at the age of 53 from a heart condition and fatty liver. His relatives posted a note on his official website saying it was a difficult year without Michael, and they knew the holidays would also be tough with some of his big hits like Last Christmas and December Song being played everywhere. He sold more than 100 million albums during his career, first as a member of the duo Wham and then as a solo artist. And a big congratulations to Britney Spears' little sister. Jamie Lynn Spears is pregnant with her second child. She made the announcement on Instagram, posting a picture with a caption that said that they are starting off 2018 with a big milestone. So congratulations to her for that.
Outstanding.
As well. Families
Wonderful.
are expanding. That's right. Thank you for the forecast. The news, of course, continues online and on our app as well. Hope you'll join us again at 5 o'clock.